Time for a quick shop tour. My shop is behind that door right there. You can see that our garage is located under the house, so it stays warm all the time and even cool in the summertime. Ta-da! This garage is usually used to park a car in. My wife's car usually parks here. So you can see that it's kind of an extra deep half of the garage. So there's the table saw. It's a Delta Unisaw, 3 horsepower. Little shelf for accessories, has the outfeed table on both sides, and there's my push block with the Millennium Falcon on it. Zero clearance throat plate. Bench mat from Bench Mats. Back here in the corner is the finishing cabinet that has paints and stains and oil finishes and all kinds of stuff in it. Keeps them nice and protected in this corner. A little bulletin board with some Pinterest ideas. There's some pegboard with all my tools. Now that bench right there, I don't really use this for woodworking. This is more for just fixing things and soldering things. I have a little helping hand right there. So I don't really do a lot of woodworking there. I do my pyrography there, and I'm going to start doing a little bit of carving there, I think. Moving further down, everybody has those dividers. There's these little drawer things with all that stuff on them. There's no more important rule than to wear these, your safety glasses. The Kennedy toolbox, that has mostly machine tools and things. A couple of hand planes. There's my 18-inch drum sander, surface sander with a sled in it that's got hook and loop sandpaper. Further down here is the big Delta lathe. I don't do a lot of turning, but I'm going to take a turning class real soon and learn how to turn bowls a little bit better. There's all of the turning tools that I have. There's the Woodworker Guild. I'm on the board of directors of the Mid-Michigan Woodworkers Guild, and there's one of my logos on a board. This was my grandfather's toolbox. My grandfather wasn't really a woodworker, but just a handyman, and that was his toolbox, which still has the logo on the side from the DM Ferry Company. It was a seed company. It's actually a seed crate, and I mounted it on the wall and keep my extra turning things in it. It has a little plunger with a magnet on it. There's the files. I mounted my machinist vise on the lathe, and I can take it off. I can loosen up the carriage bolts and slide it off of the bed if I want to, but it used to be on my assembly table, but it was always in the way, and I didn't want to get rid of it because I use it all the time, so I just mounted it there, and it gives extra ballast to the end of the lathe. Over here in front of the garage door, there's my slow-speed grinder with the jig for sharpening my bowl gouges and things on. I just got them all tuned up. There's some extra vacuum hoses hanging there. This table has my oscillating spindle sander, belt sander, and this belt sander with a 9-inch disc on the side. Dust collection for this row of tools is all underneath this cabinet. I have the rigid toolbox shop vac, which is very powerful, but it all gets separated with a dust deputy over here into this little square box, and everything ends up in the box. Nothing ends up in the shop vac. It's pretty amazing. There's the router table. My dad built the router table. I built the fence for it with removable throat plate, and you can move the sides back and forth so you can close it up if you want to. It has little pockets for some commonly used bits in the back of it. The dust collection system that is here, this clear PVC pipe, was all from Shop Vac. I ordered it from Sam's Club online, and it came with I think 24 feet of this clear tubing in 3-foot sections with the blast gates and things. It did not come with the hoses to connect to the machines. I bought that at Woodcraft, but I'm super happy with the setup. It works great. There's my drill press with a drill press table, and the table has dust collection in it. If I have something I'm doing on top, like with a Forstner bit or something that's making big chips and it's covering up the holes, I can unhook this and hook it up down underneath like that, and the dust collection is down through that throat plate. There's the bandsaw, 14-inch bandsaw with a riser block, and I added a dust collection port on the bottom of it, and that dust collection, I unhook the table saw and hook that up when I need to. This dust collector is just the cheap one, I think Total Shop is the name of it. But they are 1 micron bags, and my shop air cleaner that's up here hanging that I made is a 13 micron filter in it. Excuse me, MERV 13 filter. So I'm filtering down to 1 micron at the machine and down to I think down to 0.3 microns from the shop air cleaner. Of course, I have hot and cold running water out in the shop. I don't know how I ever got by without it. That's pretty awesome to have. A couple of boards there. This is the little kitchen area with my mini fridge with a little bit of beer and Gatorade in it. Drawers that have some aprons and shop glasses, safety glasses. A little tool board with some extra stuff. There's my vacuum cleaner. You can't really tell. I've got carpet pieces across most of the shop that I get when I'm out at job sites, and so I found a vacuum cleaner in somebody's trash, so I pulled that out and cleaned it up, and I use that to clean up my shop. Miscellaneous stuff back here. There's where I keep most of my screws and hardware and hinges and hasps and things. There's a quarter cable dovetail jig and a shelf full of routers. This is my tapering straightening jig and my cutoff bin. And that cutoff bin is on wheels. I can pull it out, and it has pieces of plywood along the back side of it. So that's the shop tour for 2017. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try to make lots more videos coming up soon. I'm working on a wine cabinet for the kitchen. That's going to be a pretty neat project. I'll have 2 or 3 videos about that. My project videos are not going to be the typical ones that you see on YouTube. That's lots of camera special effects and running things through the table saw and drilling holes and driving screws. I'm going to focus a little more on the philosophy and the design process and the steps required to build something and try to avoid disasters and problems and things. So I hope you enjoyed that. I look forward to seeing you again soon.